Students, as you know that we have been learning very interesting unit from your syllabus, that is paper second, fruit processing industry. We have learned many more products processed or produced, that is in case of chips, pulp, squash, jam, and already you know about the pickles is there. Friends, actually whenever we want to, as I used to say, that you have to be a businessman in case of production of these fruit produce or products whatever be produced by processing the fruits, means you have to set up the industry unit. Now some principles and guidelines for the location of a unit, where is this unit is to be set up, which are the difficulties are there, which are the advantageous things are available in our country. So that things we have to learn in today's our this lecture. So principles and guidelines for the location of the unit, where that is to be located, where that is to be set. So in that one, first point is that availability of a raw material. Second, that is manpower, capital, lack of awareness, marketing facilities, transport facilities, availability of containers, publicity are the, we have to say that the some principles. And in that one again we have to learn about the role of government, isn't it, in case of our industry, which type of facilities are given by the industry, by the government itself to set up the fruit processing industry. My friends, first point, that is the availability of raw material. We are our is an indigenous industry, I will say that, because we have a plenty of horticultural resources in case of our India. So that's why I used to say that you have to set up the unit of fruit processing. That is nothing but the plenty of horticultural resources are there in our country. Most of the raw material which we know that required, namely fruits, vegetables, sugar, salt, preservative, coloring agents, vinegar, acids, etc., that are available in our country indigenously. Another thing is that machineries, we know that whatever required along with this raw material, like the juice extractor, pulper, bottling units, canning units, and that is also available in our country, especially for the operation of a small scale sector. So my friends, as we know that raw material whatever required for the setup of the fruit processing unit is available in our India, and very easily that is available, I will say that. Some of the fruits like mango, sapota, guava, banana, cashew nuts, jamun, pineapple, and jackfruits, that things are most of time not grown in many other countries, because there is a no favorable atmosphere for the growth of this type of a fruits, but that we can grow, that are available, that are grown by our farmers. So you'll have to keep in mind these products are available in our country, but after processing these fruits, the produce of that fruit, product of that fruit, processed products, that are having a lot of foreign markets. In contract, one thing we can do at the time of setting up our unit, what we have to do, we have to make a contract between the grower and our processing units. So that will what happen actually, that will ensure the continued availability of a good quality raw material at a predetermined rates to the industry, isn't it? Very interesting thing is that what we have to do. No doubt raw material is available plenty in our India. There is a all type of preservatives are also available in our country. There is a, we have to say that, the pulper, some instruments required for all these things are available in our country. But what we have to do in advance, predetermined, I mean, so we have to, in case of getting a raw material, raw fruits, or we have to say fruits required for our fruit processing industries, we have to make a MOU, memorandum of understanding, or we have to make a contract with the grower. So what happens actually, good quality raw material fruits will be immediately made available to us, and that would be the continuously. Isn't it? Continuity is most important in this one. Now another point, that is a manpower. As we know that in our country there is a plenty of, or we have to say that the reservoir, large reservoir of a manpower is there in our country. Large reservoir of a manpower in our country. But one point disadvantage is that we want a skilled manpower. So, although there is a large reservoir of manpower in our country is available, we have to give a training to that one, isn't it? And as per our requirements, and for that one we'll have to find out the proper training institutes, good work condition, reasonable wages again we have to provide to them. So that would be go on a long way to increase the productivity. So what we have to do, although a large reservoir of manpower is there, we have to train them. We have to find out some institutes which gives a proper training, and such a trained manpower we can use, and that is available in our country. Keep in mind, another in case of that is a capital, most important part, that is a capital. It is an important consideration for, we have to say that government also supports for getting the capital. Number of big industries has a diversified into a area of fruits and vegetable processing, that is because of a capital. There is however scope for the small scale units, and we know that small scale units are there that require a less capital, isn't it? So that is available in our India also. Lack of awareness. Most commercial fruits and vegetable growers are there in our country, but these commercial fruit and vegetable growers are not aware of the market for the preserved products and do not have any necessary technical knowledge to undertake the processing themselves. The central and state government have started a number of projects in our country to impart a different level of training in canning and preservation. Means lack of awareness is another principle. Marketing facilities. Although there is a demand of a preserved product, as we know that actually only 4,000 fruit processing industries are there. In the market, we have to say that 1 to 2% only fruits are processed, and there is a demand of all these things, 72. So, in comparison with our country, other countries are processing 70 to 80% of fruits, isn't it? And in our in our country 1 to 2. So definitely there is a 68, we have to say that, to 78% fruits are not processed till today. So as I have to say that, my friends, there is a lot of, we have to say that, chances to set up such a type of units. Now marketing facility, as we know that actually there is a lot of demand for the preserved products, because we know that actually there is a very, we have to say that, difficulty in our country is that small towns, and we have to say that due to the reluctance of a shopkeeper in stocking such items, the processed fruits, processed things are not easily, we have to say that, the stocked by the shopkeepers. And because of that one, the establishment of a grower cooperative would help in marketing of the products, and it is a policy of the government to encourage the establishment of such a cooperative. So what happens actually, whenever the seller, isn't it, or we have to say that shopkeepers, if we make available them the stocking area of atom, then that would be very easily. So that is a marketing facility we have to again develop. Now transport facilities. Earlier, the rapid transportation of a fruit and vegetable in a good condition from one part of the country to another part of country. Further lack of awareness, my friends, marketing facility we have studied. Now transport facility. In case of transport facility, the rapid transportation of a fruits and vegetables in a good condition from one part of the country to the another for processing was a serious problem. We know that actually that problem comes because of a paucity of the roads, bad condition of the roads, shortage of the trucks and rail transport. But the day is not far off, my friends. Right now we know that actually the government has taken a stance to develop a many more roads up to the small towns, small villages, isn't it? Up to the small hamlet, we have to say that. So right now there is a lot of chances. Transport facilities are, although main principle of this our main guideline or main, we have to say that, a requirement of setting a food processing unit. That is right now I think there is no that much problem in our country. Again, availability of containers. Container in the sense, after processing the fruits, we have to pack that, we have to fill that into a bottles and cans. And these are the two major type of containers which are required by the food processing industry. And earlier these had to be entirely imported, but now the manufacturing of the bottles and cans is required specification have been taken up by the number of factories. So very interesting thing is that we know that as per the guidelines and principles of setting up a small unit of a fruit processing, the availability of a container, we know that actually in the previous days, or we have to say that in the past days, we were dependent upon the other countries, foreign countries, for getting a container like the bottles and cans. But nowadays in India, these factories, many factories are there that are providing a bottles and containers as per our requirement, size, shape, everything is available in them. Last point, but not the least, because we have to get idea about the role of a government also in the setting of all this. Publicity. Proper publicity is the only way to attract the consumer and give him information about the new products in the market. As we know that in the last lecture we have got idea about the pulp. We know that whenever frozen pulp we are selling, frozen pulp is actually a totally natural product, no preservative. There is a no, we have to say that, enhancement of a cholesterol can get in the body of the human who have that frozen pulp, isn't it? So such a type of a, or we have to say intact characteristic of that pulp, that can be, we have to say, the total natural product for 18 month, that can be made available to the people. So such a type of a publicity, healthy, for health, fibers, each and everything, whatever content that you have to put about the each and every customer. So advertising, publicity we have to do. And because of that one, as we know that nowadays, because of this COVID pandemic, the Indians have become very much conscious about their health. They have started taking their care. Means they are going to say that as we have, as we eat, that would be the our body. So here we have to say that you have to keep in mind the Indians have become a conscious about their health, and definitely there is a lot of future, we have to say that, we have to say that future to the fruit processing industries in our country. And you have to add some publicity point into that one. You have to popularize our product by going into the exhibition, putting them into the various type of exhibition. You can organize the exhibitions at various places, and you have to give a fair and practical demonstrations, and sometimes you have to give a free samples to the public, and these things will help you to publicize your product, isn't it? Now, role of government, establishment of a community canning center. The community canning centers, which are to be set up at every divisional headquarters in the state and in every important district, and it is hoped that such a centers will start functioning soon in other places also. These centers gives a technical advice regarding the preservation and provide the facility to private individuals for canning and bottling of their raw material using a latest equipments, which is not available at home, which is not available at home. So you have to keep in mind. So this type of a things are training. We know that unless and until we have to give a proper training to the our workers, although there is a large reservoir of manpower is in our country, we have to train them, we have to teach them practical training, actual training, factual things you have to brought to their notices, give training to them, then only it is possible to all these things. Hands-on training, we have to say that, another proper word. Hands-on training will help you to give a skilled workers for your industry. Again, research having a lot of importance. So research means we have to always set up one of the department where the research is going on, or we know that actually agriculture universities are there. Again, some CFTRI like centers are there. Center for we have to say that Food Technology and Research Institute, which is located in the Mysore. Like that, our own industry may also have view towards the research. Always we have to send our product to such a type of industry, such a type of research centers, get it analyzed, put it about the customer, the reality, the factual things of your product, how much that are having protein, carbohydrates, sugar, how much they are in fibers, each and everything you have to content of that you are produce. If you put about with the help of a research institutes or your research department, then there is no need of a many things to publish, because scientific things always gives a lot of value to your cell department. At various research institutes all over the country, attempts are being made to evolve better and more economical methods of preservation. We know that as days have been passing, research is going on, not only in case of without preservative also we can preserve a food material, enhance the shelf life, but for that one research is necessary. Research is going on continuously. Research is going on continuously in our country also. So research role is government, role of government is that to set up the again many more research centers, active research centers, so that our small scale industries, large scale industries produce can be analyzed. Further new technology techniques will be again hand over to our units, or I have to say that the industry. So that things having a lot of importance in the lab. Now commercial production, always you have to concentrate on one thing, is that commercial production you have to do, and that commercial productions will help. Always we have to commercial in the sense when we want to go into the market, definitely we have to look at that things. So like that one, my friends, here I have given you idea about all these things which are required for setting up the small unit, and what the guidelines are required for that one. In that one many more things we have studied, and that things you have to keep in mind. One thing I can conclude from this actually lecture, before concluding this lecture, my friends, is that many things are available. I will tell to you, when you are interested to set up any food processing unit, many things are available in our country, whatever required for that one. Means from very beginning, if you will say that place is there, lot of we have to say that place is there, infrastructure is there, easily available to us. Another thing is that raw material is there, isn't it? Skilled manpower, a large reservoir of manpower is there, isn't it? Again, growers are there, variety of fruits are there, isn't it? Each and everything. Again, capital is available to you, government is ready to help you, isn't it? Only what you have to do, you have to take some efforts, isn't it? You have to take some efforts, and that efforts will get converts into the setting up such a profitable, such a, I have to say that the industry by you, and that is possible to you only. You have to think over that one, take little bit risk, take little bit risk. And again I will tell to you, first you have to start this project at pilot level, isn't it? And then slowly you have to try to grow that one. There should not be actually need to set up a, I have to say that huge size, or I have to say that large scale industry. You have to set up first of all the small scale industry, and after pilot project go for the small scale, and then you will have to go for large scale industry if you will get success into that one. But I will tell to you, my friends, if you have capacity to do a hard work, then it is very, I think so, very easy to set up the industry, to set up your own business and be a employment giver, isn't it? Employment giver. So that is possible to you, and for that only what you have to do, you have to look at this topic as a only, I have to say that, entrepreneur developing topic, entrepreneur developing syllabus, entrepreneur developing our subject, isn't it? And then only it is possible to you to be a businessman in your life. And my wishes are always with each and every students. Go for that one. God is also with you. I am also with you.